You know, there's a reason why this is one of the very few weapons that we have in the game that I never made a video about, because I tried it when it first came out and I kinda didn't like it. But everyone and their mum keeps requesting it, so I thought I would give it another shot. The Mandonel, Corvex's signature Archgun. It does primarily radiation damage with a little bit of impact slash and puncture on the side. It sports a 25% crit chance, a 2x crit multiplier, and a 15% status chance per projectile, because yes, this is a shotgun. It uses a charge-based firing mechanism, which is actually very similar to the Dracoon, so uncharged shots will spread out a lot, and fully charged shots are very accurate. Additionally, when you fire a fully charged shot, it will leave behind a radiation field, and if you fire through it, your shots will get a bunch of extra damage, status, crit chance, and crit damage. They will bounce, they will get extra punch through, and increase projectile speed. Now, getting the Mandonel is relatively straightforward. You get the blueprint by doing bounties in Sanctum Anatomica, and the stock receiver and barrel come from the surrounding missions, those being Entrati Survival, Entrati Mirror Defense, and Entrati Alchemy. So let's finally give the Mandonel a shot and see if it's any good, shall we? I think the mistake I made last time is that I focused too much on this unique trait, because it buffs your shots a lot. It's a lot of damage and a lot of stats, but it feels annoying as hell to use because fully charged shots stagger you, and I hate that. So, fully charged shot, here's that annoying stagger, and then you have this radiation field, and if you fire through that, you get all the buffs. Seems pretty straightforward, but I don't know, it just feels weird. Takes a long time to fire as well. It's kind of hard to see too. Maybe I just need automatic trigger. Let's try that. Get rule round, barrel. Oh, it's a shotgun, right? So we can run Vendetta. That's pretty fun. I like that. This might actually be one of the very few instances where Shiver is good, because it's the same multiplier as Gundition Overload, which tends to be multiplicative on projectile weapons, like the Mandonel, and we don't have access to Gundition Overload on Archgun, so we can actually get multiplicative damage out of this, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Let's do Shiver. We don't need to run Cold necessarily, I just want to do it. And with that we can either go Corrosive, or we could go Gas actually. Gas and Cold. That sounds pretty good actually, yeah, let's do that. It still takes way too long to charge, it's just, I don't know. Yeah, this feels way better. Also, look at the light show. Gorgeous. We're proccing way too much gas, which is the problem with gas. You can actually proc too much of it. Before we switch things around, let's add Harrowed with Corrosive and Cold, which is really nice because the Corrosive is going to strip the enemy armor, and the Cold is going to make sure that Shiver is actually working. Okay, that is feeling better for sure. We're definitely getting more out of Shiver. I still think we're proccing too much gas, even with the enemies being squishier thanks to all the armor stripping. I think I'm just gonna get rid of automatic trigger. I really don't like this trait. I don't like playing with it, so goodbye. Now we can actually run crit, so parallax scope and hallowed bullets. Also, don't forget, we are running Arcade Avenger on our frame here, so that's gonna round out our crit very nicely. Okay, now we're cooking. I actually like this. That is good. Yeah, this is the way to go, for sure. So far so good. Damage is pretty good. I kind of like the feel of it. Feels pretty nice now that I'm not trying to get a fully charged shot off every now and then. Still not sure about the gas though. I'm gonna have to rewatch this footage because I'm pretty sure I'm dropping Vendetta for a few seconds here and there. And that's not good because the thing with Vendetta is that it is a tremendous shotgun arcane, but it needs to naturally fit into your playstyle. It's because, I've said this many times before, it's very difficult to force yourself to stand closer to the enemies than you naturally want to. You need to be very close to trigger Vendetta, and with this big of a shotgun, I kinda wanna keep my distance. Oh damn, you really don't like this? Ooh, that is impressive for a gas setup. Yeah. Funnily enough, heavy units take about as many shots as an Acolyte to go down. I rewatched the footage and we really need to switch Vendetta to something else because I kept dropping it all the time. The question is... Frostbite! Oh my god, yes! Frostbite and Shiver, that's a neat combo. Also, really not feeling the gas, so we're gonna go back to... Not back, but we're gonna switch to Corrosive, there. Yeah, I'm much happier with this. I don't have to worry about getting too close to the enemies. I can just shoot things and they go kaboom. Very nice. Now I'm kind of mad that I didn't stick with the Mandonel and gave it a proper shot before. This is actually pretty fun. Is it weird that I want more recoil? I think it would feel better if it kicked more. Not by like a crazy amount, just a wee little bit. The initial idea behind running gas was that it would add to the weapon's clear speed, but like, man, these necromechs are tanky as balls. But with the projectile spread and the damage per projectile being this high, the weapon actually clears really well without any additional area of effect. I like it. I think this is it. I like it. The damage is great. Can't think of anything else I would want to change here. I think this is as good as it gets. Let's finish it off then. We're gonna slap a... I guess we can put it right here, 1V. Honestly, out of all the options here, I think I like Polar Magazine the most, just to give us more damage per shot and more chance to proc cold, because it's gonna be the dominant status effect. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. That is a massive damage increase, yeah. I think doubling down on the cold was the way to go. The damage per shot is so much higher. Plus it gives you the option to swap in something else, so if you have a better mod that you think would fit in there, you can just take out one of the cold mods and put it there. Whoa. Yeah, you can really feel the extra damage from Polar Magazine. Nice. So here's the final build for the Mandonel, and it's a fun one. It's a cold focused setup of all things that runs Frostbite and Shiver. Frostbite gives us a track ton of multi-shot and crit damage, and Shiver I'm pretty sure provides us with multiplicative damage because it's the condition overload multiplier, which on projectile weapons tends to be multiplicative. For mods we have charge bullets and contamination casing for corrosive damage and status, and we're doubling down on cold damage with hypothermic shell and Polar Magazine. This is also where you can make some changes, so if you have a better mod in mind, you can take out either hypothermic shell or Polar Magazine and put it there. Next on the menu we have Prime Dual Round for multi-shot, as well as Prime Rubido Lined Barrel for base damage, and we top it off with Parallax Scope and Hallowed Bullets for crit damage and crit chance. I would also like to point out that I was running Arcane Avenger on my frame the entire time, which gives you a flat 45% crit chance bonus. This is amazing on Archguns because their crit mods aren't particularly good, so if you're not running Enervate, getting Avenger or some other source of flat crit chance is gonna be a massive boon. Additionally, if you're doing longer missions, having a way to sustain your heavy ammo like running Dispensary on your frame is awesome. And finally, I would highly recommend you get a pet that can prime at least cold on the enemies. This helps to ramp up Frostbite, which isn't all that necessary, but most importantly, it helps you take advantage of Shiver. This way you can get close to full, if not full damage on the enemies right away. So it turns out the Mandonel is actually quite good. I like it, I just really didn't like the unique fully charged shot mechanic. As soon as I dropped it and I focused purely on the shotgun blast, I started having a lot of fun with it. And I genuinely think you could have some fun with it too, so I'm going to recommend you give the Mandonel a shot. It feels really nice to use, the damage is great, the build is somewhat unique, and it doesn't clutter your screen with bollocks. And as always guys, I thank you very much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed the video. Additionally, I would like to extend a special thank you to all the channel members. Thank you very much guys, I really appreciate your support, it means a lot to me. And I'll see you next time, bye bye.